pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. With that, we'll call the meeting to order, and those take roll call.
Peterson here. Here. Carrion here. Shabilsky here.
Grosvenor here. Okay. I don't see any citizens. I don't think we have any correspondence, right? Need approval of our minutes from October 19th.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Voucher list for November. Need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, report on water system performance.
Good evening. This month we were fairly active in the field. We had to replace one 6-inch hydrant valve was leaking. We had one 12-inch water main repair. We had the completion of that offset on 68th Street was complete. We rebuilt 3 fire hydrants due to the age and leak. Hydrant reset and rebuilt due to the excavator on 60th Street ran into it. We had 2 1-inch water surfaces dug through on 60th Street. We had 1 sanitary line dug up on 60th Street, all due to the return line from Waukesha. That kept us hopping. Our meter change-out program is at about 95% complete, so we should be on target to get 100% this year. Meters are being tested on an ongoing basis. Once again, this month we had multiple. Here again, I got them due to the high consumption coinciding with the unusual dry summer. I don't know, they just keep firing at us. SCADA improvements for the year are completed. Glenn Mara and myself, we had a good day. We went down to Chicago and attended a WEFTEC conference. It's a Water Environmental Federation, a technical exhibition and conference. It was a good day. And the tower work for the year, as I understand, is complete on the Drexel Water Tower, and that's about it.
I have 2 questions for you.
Sure.
Where it affects our system and it's Waukesha, do we get reimbursed? That's a sure thing.
Invoice them for the parts.
Okay. I want to make sure that Dan knows that he knows it.
We're not paying it though.
Have to go to arbitration over. And then the other comment was, it's nice to know you had a good day with Glenn. Is that rare?
It was very, and that should be it.
Okay, thank you. Well, here we are again, unfinished business. Item A, wholesale public water supply to Franklin 2024. The board may enter into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 8.851E to deliberate upon information, terms and provisions of the potential provision of public water supply to the city of Franklin as related to the city, Franklin Municipal Water Utility and its customers in 2024 and beyond, and the potential negotiation of terms in relation thereto, including but not limited to potential amendments to the agreement for Oak Creek to provide water at wholesale Franklin, potential agreement terms with alternate public water supply sources, including but not limited to the city of Milwaukee and the Milwaukee Water Works, a financial study of long-term water supply, and the investing of public funds in governmental action in relation thereto for competitive and bargaining reasons, to re-enter open session at the place thereafter to act upon such matters discussed therein as it deems appropriate. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved. Second.
Okay. By roll call, we need to vote.
Peterson, aye.
Dukniak, aye.
Zakarian, aye. Javilski, aye.
Over aye. Okay, we're now in closed session.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The PSC held their last meeting on November 11th, which was last week, at which time they issued a proposed notice of investigation. In a nutshell, they sent out the public notice and started the 2-week time period for interveners to come forward and give us their 2 cents. We hope, based upon our discussion, that a decision could occur from them the week of December 6th. I emphasize the word could because God knows what's going to happen in the next week to 10 days. Following receipt of that information, we went ahead and we filed the wetland and waterway permits with the DNR through the Department of Energy, which is who we deal with through the PSC. In the process of finalizing the stormwater evaluation, which I need to get over to Glenn and Tyler, so we can make sure we're moving in the right direction on that. And I reached out to the DOT and know what the permits, and I will have to get those to Glenn as well because I'll need your signature on those when they're ready to go. Hoping to have that later this week, early next.
And I'd like to add the water main associated with that project. Started doing some preliminary calculations on what I would assess the property owners up and down Lovers Lane. So probably in about a month, we'll go to Common Council with the report into special assess, and if we get their blessing, then we'll start that process. You recall the homeowners and property owners will be assessed for an 8-inch, hypothetical 8-inch line, and back fees will.
So is that open for any kind of negotiation between owners, or is this something that happens?
So the way the ordinance reads is that we have like I said, a hypothetical 8-inch main, and it's a 16, I believe, right?
It's a 16 on
So-
100
So
Street.
what we have to do is we have to figure out what an 8-inch main would cost. The entire cost of the project by the accessible frontage for each property. Divide that up, and that will come up with a number of dollars per foot. In addition, the code has a maximum dollars per foot that we updated. So as long as that number is below that hypothetical number, that's what they'll pay. Hypothetical number, that's what they'll pay. If the number is above that maximum number, then we, the city, will have to eat extra. But it's not a good.
There is no negotiation, you're gonna
No.
do something, it's
Right.
just gonna happen.
Right.
Going by existing, are we?
Yes. So it's basically so it'll be on Lovers Lane from St. Martin's up almost all the way to Target. So there are there's some large parcels there, and there's the motel properties and everything. So most of them are somewhat commercial in nature. There are some I haven't counted them. Close to a dozen maybe residences there. They have some pretty wide lots, so we do allow financing. It's 6%. They can wait. They don't have to connect. If they want to delay the payment for 10 years, they can. And then starting
Residential.
residential property. And then starting year 11, they could take out basically a loan with the city to pay for it over 12 years.
So they can defer it for 10 years, no cost.
Correct.
Pretty good. Any other questions? Anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, thank you.
Okay, next item, unfinished business, 2022 proposed water utility budgets.
Last month, we introduced the budget to you at your places this evening. I understand a copy of the budget proposal did not go out with the agenda, but I asked them that you have a copy at your places, so that's there for you tonight. We haven't made any changes to the proposed budget last month, containing questions that you might.
Budgeting for more water.
We have some, but we budgeted what we would call a normal year. So if it's a dry year, you'll have a little more revenue, and if it's a wet year, you'll have a little less.
There are a lot of houses being built, so there's more customers.
How many houses do you have?
It's been about 60 a year for the last several. 60 a year for the last several years. I think the pace is going to go up.
And plus all the new apartments that have added.
Around Buck Commons, a lot of.
We have that one. We have proposal Mason's Way Apartments on 27th Street.
Oh, yeah.
We have a new apartment complex that will worth that. Nature's Nook property.
Oh.
How many apartments?
450.
250 apartments. Yeah, there's some major construction. Yeah, there's some major construction.
The apartments are leading the way versus single family.
No, both.
Both are doing the same?
So we have mostly down near the Ryan and Loomis area, brand new subdivision. They sold out basically as soon as they got the subdivision built. We have there's 3 other large subdivisions being discussed right now. Family that, including the one that Peggy referenced, the smaller lot. They're really excited to get going.
There's just so many apartments being built.
I
It's
know,
just
it's
crazy.
great, isn't it?
It is.
And are the apartments being occupied like right away?
Yeah, they're being,
The complex over at Ballpark Commons, Villa Village,
Yeah.
developed by Mandel, which has developed a lot of projects around the north. That Villa Village was the fastest lease-up I have seen. And they said it was more than a year faster than expected.
Wow. And that's like housing for anybody.
There is a memory care
In terms of leasing.
and we just got a notice today that talking to DOT about huge complex at St. Martin's and Loomis. Would be the Myers parcel.
St. Martin's. St. Martin's.
Myers is close to.
Do we need to vote on the budget
You
tonight?
need a motion to adopt the budget.
All right.
second.
Motion been made and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carried. Kind of sad item. It's the last one you're gonna do.
It is.
Sad for us.
I think we said it Paul too. He enjoys it.
It's a
Okay.
challenge sometimes.
Yeah, you like a challenge.
I do.
New business. City of Franklin Code of Conduct and Ethics for elected and appointed.
Mr. Chairman, your stations tonight, you have a document that was prepared by the Common Council probably over the past 9 months or so. As I told Board of Public Works, you are not the problem child. There's some other boards and commissions that have had some issues that they felt that need to be addressed. So they've worked on this for quite a while. I am going to give this to you. Board of Public Works, one of the aldermen who's on that committee, his word of advice was read every word of it. I guess when I read through it, I don't think any of it's really a problem for you all, but probably the 2 things that I stressed to Board of Public Works is use of proper names. So when we talk about Dan's project over in Waukesha, we should probably talk about Commissioner Dukniak, those kinds of things. Get using titles. The other thing that common council meeting, whatever, announce it to our members or water commissioners. But I think all of it's self-explanatory. I think it's more or less common sense. Treat each other nice. But please read it. If you have any questions at all, please contact Peggy Stino here at the City Hall. Otherwise, you're welcome to take that home. If you'd like to drop it off and we can make a copy for you, because I think it probably would be important for you to keep a copy in your files. But I'll ask that you bring it back next month, signed, and then I'll collect them next month.
Next month is fine.
Okay. So it is important to read through it and understand what you're signing.
We have no chance to edit it or change it or anything, so if I sign it now and just read it, is that okay? Assuming that if I really have a problem, I can resign.
We're all done. That's it.
Before you sign,
Otherwise, I'll lose it at home, trust me.
We'll ask the attorney, would that be ethical? Yeah, if you want to sign, no, it's fine. I'm not going to make you.
Can I get some
If
advice?
you'd like for me to make a copy, I'll have it before next month.
It was Insurance Company Labor Council.
That's all, sir.
We were supposed to have election?
Yeah, is that coming up already?
Yeah.
8B, election of officers.
Well, if we want to keep this a short meeting, we should just postpone that until next.
You do have everybody here.
Okay, next item, election.
You guys still want to do it?
Unless somebody else wants it.
Yeah, we never want to be to the point where, you know, if somebody really wants to do this, welcome.
Nope.
You guys are doing
Tyler's made being the secretary a lot easier than it used to be. Being the secretary a lot easier than it used to be, Larry. I'm just telling you that right now. I didn't even bring a pen today.
Yeah, it's shameful, isn't it?
It's terrible.
Okay, so what do we want to do? What do we want to just?
Are you guys still willing
I'll
to do it?
nominate you.
Yeah,
No problem.
And I'll second it.
Why don't we
nominate
just
you.
nominate the,
I'll
why don't we
nominate
just
you.
nominate the slate officers as they are, and then we'll vote on
There we go.
Commissioner Grosvenor, you have to say it properly. Or you didn't sign yours yet, so you're okay.
it. That's gonna be hard. Now we'll do it. Okay, so have we voted the slate of officers as they are now?
Somebody make the motion.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Should we make it longer?
Yeah.
Should we make it, wait, should we have him give us?
You're gonna have to stay for it. Commissioner Dupnier.
Okay, we need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.